Glory to Ukraine, glory to Ukrainian army. Ukraine stands, Ukraine's fighting against terrorists for the whole democracy in the world. While I was thinking about this video and I was on the stage of preparing this video, Russian terrorists, they hit Sumy city, the center of the city, the central part, central road of the city by long distance artillery and killed some people killed, a lot of people wounded, because this was in the middle of the day when a lot of people were in cars, in public transport. They were heading to their work and to other places. Also, they have this heat, this stroke. It influenced the hospital, and there are even children. They are wounded by this attack. So yeah, our fight continues. The terrorist acts also continues, and I still want to film some videos for you and to show you my beauty. Roses, they are not blooming yet because we've had pretty cold spring, and even the whole May it was full of rain and full of cold weather, cold temperatures. During nights we've had 3 plus 5 degrees Celsius, and only for starting from Friday or maybe even Saturday, so 3-4 days, we have warm here finally. And with the first day of this warm, my peonies, they have started to open their flowers. They have started blooming and showing this beauty, showing these colors, forms, and of course fragrances. There are many varieties in my garden of peonies, I mean, in addition to roses, of course, but not so many as roses. And I will tell you a couple of words or some information about these peonies, about these varieties which grow in my garden. This one, white one with a yellow middle and with this greenish yellowy leaves. This is golden angel peony, and leaves they are not infected by some disease. No, this is specific. This is characteristic of this variety of this peony, golden angel, and that's why it is called so, I guess. And that's why it is so prominent, and I have bought it not because of flower, not because of its bloom, but because of its leaves. These leaves, they are prominent and they are very noticeable, and they are very distinguished throughout the season. Right from the first sign of them while they are showing from under the ground during the early March, or even maybe late February, depends on the weather, which we have in February or in March. And during the whole season, they are very interesting one. They could be more greeny, more light greeny, or they could be even distinctly yellow. And even during the autumn, they also will be very interesting, and they will show different palette than usual peonies like this, all of them. Of course, all these peonies, they are just differ by maybe shade of green. They could be more intense green or more lighter green, but this one, it's definitely differs. It definitely differs from others. Of course, flower itself, it's also very interesting, very pretty, very nice one, and it suits and this combination of color of flower, color of the middle of the flower, and color of leaves. This also plays very well and works very well. Bush is pretty generous. It's pretty, I would say, fast growing, and it gives from year to year it gives more and more branches, and as a result more and more flowers. Another peony, it's much more dark, of course, and it's as it is on a camera. It's in reality, it's even more darker, more deeper dark, and especially now while we have thunderstorm predicted and the clouds they are already preparing in the process of preparing of thunderstorm. Maybe even it will not allow me to finish my video, but I will try and I hope that I will complete it prior to thunderstorm. So it is even deeper during such weather when it is pre-thunderstorm or pre-rain, etc. This is Hercules, this is Ukrainian, but not Hercules, sorry. This one is Chornomor. Chornomor, this is named after the Black Sea hero, something like that. And it is Ukrainian bread selection variety. It was bred in Kyiv, in main or main botanical garden of Ukraine. Yeah, it is located in Kyiv and by a co-worker of by worker of that botanical garden. If I'm not mistaken, it is already registered on Peony, American Peony Association, Chornomor. I will need to check this. This is its second year in my garden and second bloom, and for this second year it gave me three buds and three flowers as a result. They are not, I mean, branches. They are not so strong. They are more, they are lying on neighboring bushes, and yeah, I had to prepare support for them, but I forgot about this, or maybe I did not know about this, that they are not self-standing. They need some support. Here, close or near to this Chornomor variety, here grows and blooms at the moment Peony Pastelegance. I think it's familiar to you and it's popular in your gardens, I guess, because it's very popular in our gardens here in Ukraine, and we, a lot of us, want this peony, this variety, eager to have it. And I must admit that it is not so cheap for us. Not sure what about abroad, whether it's cheap or not, whether you could afford it or not. Please tell me or write me in comments how yeah, how expensive it is and whether you could afford and whether you have it and what are the varieties in the same price range you have in your garden. But Pastelegance won more beauty, and of course it is, as I have said, it's very popular and it's very nice and it's very pretty. And I, while I was looking at it on pictures, I of course I could not understand why it is so popular and why it is so adorable and why it is so wanted to be planted in our gardens. But then I decided to plant it because it's, yeah, it's always in catalogs, it's always in different garden centers, and I have planted it. And from the starting from the first bloom, the first flower, I was addicted to it. I was in love with it. It's very interesting in its color. Color is very, of course, my camera, it does not transfer this color one to one. No, it sets some its own, not filter, but maybe some changes to color. Of course, I could not transfer the color as it is in reality, but I must admit the color, it is changing in reality as well. It starts to flower with one shade and then it changes to a more yellowish shade, but not distinctly yellow. It is creamy yellow or buttery yellow, something like that. But at all stages of its blooming, of its flowering, this color and their form of flowers, their size of flowers, they are very nice, very pretty, and very adorable. This bush itself is very strong. Its brushes is very thin and thick. And they are, yeah, this bush is pretty self-standing and it does not require support, but after some maybe windy weather or thunderstorms it could have or it could require some support. We will see. And flower, I must admit that flower, it while starting to bloom, it's not so huge, but during the blooming it became more and more bigger, and at the or closer to the end of its blooming, I must admit that it is huge, but not as huge as Hercules, another Ukrainian bred variety, but it is not opened as of yet. It has not opened as of yet. I will demonstrate it when it will be blooming. So yeah, now pre-thunderstorm, it has this palette, it has these shades, but still shade on a camera, how it is seen through the lens of my camera, it's not real one. In reality, it's already more yellowy than more peachy or apricot. So interesting to see all these shades of flower of the same variety on the same bush and compare them. One more time for Chornomor. I love such colors in peonies, such deep burgundy, deep red, and its flower also. It during the blooming, it becomes more. Yeah, it changes its form, and it starts to be a little bit maybe higher, not so plate one. I will show you how they are looking maybe in general view, in general picture. Tulips and remainings of tulips on the foreground. But yeah, please pay attention to peonies because they are now the prince or princess of my garden prior to roses. And now let's go to other varieties. These are will be all of a Ukrainian bred. This is Pysanka Kolomyyi. We have a city Kolomyyi in Frankivsk district region in western Ukraine, and this is one of it is famous because of Museum of Pysanka in Ukraine, and I think maybe even abroad you have heard of this museum or about Pysanka. So Pysanka Kolomyyi, Ukrainian bred, single flower or simple flower, not a full one, and as now they are almost closed because of weather conditions, and pretty dark pink or pretty dark burgundy color, and also pretty early variety is early one, as you can see, compared to a lot of other varieties which are still not blooming. So this one pretty early, but not the earliest one. Earliest one is metallic or butterfly in English, and this is already finalizing its bloom, its life for this season. They are all these flowers are already to be cut. I will do this soon. And one more, and it will be maybe final because rain starts to be dropping. This is another Ukrainian bred variety, pretty, I would say, wide, huge, etc. Heroyam Nebesnoi Sotni, Heroes of Nebesna Sotnia. This is dedicated to people who were killed during Revolution of Dignity on Maidan in 2013, 2014. And yeah, then our war of Russia against Ukraine started after or even during this revolution. They started by annexion of Crimea Peninsula, then proceeded with annexion of Donetsk, Luhansk, and part of both these regions. So these they are still walking. They do not they do not see that or it she does not see that rain is coming, but I think it will be safe, or she will be safe. Flowers, they are pretty big, but also they are in closed position, more in closed position because of coming rain and weather conditions. So very nice one. All of them, almost all of them, they are fragrant ones. Pastelegance, very fragrant, and fragrance is also another beautiful characteristics of this variety. All these Ukrainian bread, which I have Ukrainian bread varieties, which I have mentioned and shown in this video, they are also very fragrant, very nicely fragrant. And maybe I will show you my new variety, Paula Fay or Paula Fay, not sure how to correctly pronounce it. Paula Fay. It is a little bit influenced by these weather conditions because we've had not even cold nights, but even frosts during nights. And yeah, they were late May frosts, and this definitely such weather, such condition, they did not bring good benefits to the flowers. These flowers, they were suffering because they were all in big buds, and all these buds were under regular rainy condition, regular humidity or long-lasting humidity conditions, and this is not working good for such flowers, at least for such flowers as peonies. So Paula Fay is first blooming, it's first flowering, and its color is very interesting. It's, I would say, neon pink or neon pink, and of course it does not show its whole beauty, its complete beauty, because of these weather conditions. I think for the next year I will estimate and I will appreciate it more if it will give me flowers and everything will be okay. And a lot of peonies, they are still in the process of preparation to bloom. Barzella, my favorite one, it will be blooming shortly. And one more new variety in my garden, Mackinac Grand, and it's also influenced by weather conditions, and it also does not show its whole beauty, its whole completeness of beauty. And of course these flowers, at least first first of it of these three, it is not fully even formed. It has defects in its form, and it's yeah, I will need to cut it, maybe not to let strengths to be yeah, taken out of the bush. It's also closed, but you can see how color is interesting, how it is deep and intense. So yeah, rain starts to be pouring. I will need to come home, come back inside. Thanks for your attention, thanks for watching, for listening, and for commenting. Please share your thoughts about peonies, whether you love them, what varieties do you have, and yeah, all the best. Till the next video, and bye.